Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the first week of November. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, guys, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the near future. And then we'll get into your person's energy, whoever's on your mind, and your energy and see what's going on there. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's returning. I so appreciate all of your support. And if you are new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. I do personal readings. That information's in the description box below if you'd like. All right, so let's get to shuffling and see what's going on with you guys. All right. So in the recent past, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse with the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Hermit. And then in your current energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Pentacles. And that came out last time in the center of your reading with the Seven of Swords. In the near future, we have the Page of Cups with the Page of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, somebody's going to get a licking in the near future from you. Or at least you're going to give them your peace of mind. So the Eight of Cups. This energy is all about walking away. Yes, absolutely. It could be just walking away from something, and it's not simple because our emotions are extremely important. But I want to say it's as simple as allowing yourself to release something that you've been holding on to emotionally or that you physically need to walk away from, whether it be energetically, physically, emotionally, whatever it is you feel you need to do. I feel like you've finally gotten the strength to turn your back to it and say sayonara. Now let's get into the reading and see if we'll definitely get an idea of what specifically is going on or that you're walking away from. So the Ace of Wands in reverse with the the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Hermit card immediately says that whatever it was that was stressing you out, something that was going on, either you've lost passion for it or you took some time in the recent past to think about things really thoroughly and figure out what it is that was creating this stress. If you already knew what it was, you could be losing passion for it and slowly pulling your energy back. The Hermit is about doing internal work, but it's also sometimes just about reflection. It could be thinking about, especially during the Mercury retrograde, you could have been reflecting on where you are in your life, where things stand, what changes you want to make, what you're willing to hold on to, or what you're willing to release. And I think a lot of that, of course, with the full moon in Aries that just happened, we were walking away from a lot of things that were holding us back emotionally to get to a place where we are mentally more free. So the Six of Swords is about going to a place where you feel relief, where you feel more stable. But it can also be just about releasing things that have been weighing you down in the mental space. So it's a combination of both that it seems like you're moving away from. He just wants solitude. He just wants to find a different place to be. So your energy is definitely, in the recent past, pushing you towards releasing a lot of that. This could have brought up a lot of painful memories, a lot of things that needed adjustment in order for you to bring them to the surface so you could recognize what it is that was creating some kind of discontent. So this retrograde was definitely painful for a lot of people. Now, the Two of Swords wants to pop in here as well and say that it probably was a really tough decision for you. So whatever it is that you needed to release or walk away from that was creating this kind of stress, I feel like there's a part of you that was undecided. You couldn't really make a final decision. So in the near future or in the current energy, we'll see if you're getting there. The Patience Temperance is coming up next. So it's saying have patience with yourself while you go through this releasing, because it's never easy, emotional, mental, or otherwise, to let go of things that have been really prominent in our direct energy. So in the current, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse with the King of Pentacles and then the Seven of Swords. In a sense, I feel like you're walking away from anything that disrupts your stability. The King is, yes, very structured, together, has his finances somewhat straight. For the most part, he is grounded and earthy. When you have the Seven of Swords on the other side of it, it's an energy of, I just want to cut and run. I'm tired of feeling this way, or I'm tired of thinking about certain things, and I just want to get to a place where I'm stable again. But he can't see this this card, right? His back is turned to it. So if you're turning your back on the things that are what normally creates stability for you, or what give you that feeling of being grounded, they're saying any kind of beginning that didn't happen, something that you feel was meant to be but didn't come through, there's a reason for it. So it's being pulled from your life. He can be the trickster, yes. He can also be someone who's a liar, a cheater, something like that. But in this case, I just feel like it's almost like you were turning your back on yourself. You were cheating yourself out of something, in a sense. So if this was an opportunity and you feel like it was something that was missed, this is one of those moments, I hate to be cliche, it is rejection is protection. So what didn't come through for you is meant to be for a reason, because we're always being guided in a direction that is best for us. So in this case, in a sense, I feel like you have dodged a bullet, but it's trying to bring you back to your energy, to you, to the stable, happy, more relatable person that you normally are. And I feel like there's a part of you that hasn't been in your own energy. Maybe you felt kind of detached from yourself recently, and it's like Spirit's pushing you to get back to you, because you're right in the center of this reading. All right. And then in the near future, we have the Page of Cups with the Page of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords. See how her back is to this? Now, there could be opportunities for love coming in for you, those of you that don't have a partner right now. But the Page of Swords in reverse tells me there might be an energy of someone either that you haven't heard from, that maybe you were hoping to. I feel like these are two separate energies. Your back is to both of them. So it's almost as if you're walking away from somebody who isn't making an effort, but you're also not opening up to the idea of people offering you something outside of another situation. So if somebody does approach you, I feel like you're going to give them a piece of your mind. This is having complete clarity about where you stand right now. So this energy could have completely shifted for you since, let's say, last week's reading, and all of a sudden you're like, nope, I've got to walk away for my own emotional stability from whatever these situations are. Some of you, it could be that somebody, yes, does want to come back into your life and offer you something. Those of you that don't want that, that's okay. But there is someone in your energy that is wanting to either have a new beginning or wants to start fresh. Meaning if you've been in a relationship for a long period of time and you feel like things have been sort of chaotic, you may have even been dealing with somebody that you had to question. You may have thought that they were cheating or something was going on, and now there's like an apology for that. Or there's an apology for the actions. I don't know if you're going to get the exact truth, but you're definitely going to be seeking the truth if this person approaches you and tries to say, hey, listen, something went awry. I want to have a conversation. And I think your back right now is to it, so you may not be open to the idea of them even saying anything to you at this point, especially if you found out that they were cheating or lying about something. All right, let's clarify the Ace of Wands with the Nine of Swords in reverse. I actually like this because it means that even if you've been pulling back and maybe not felt as motivated, it seems as though you're focused more on not allowing things to get so deep into your head that it causes this lack of ability to sleep. All right, so let's clarify those two really quickly. All right, so they flipped the deck over halfway through with the Four of Pentacles. So there could have been a situation that you were holding on to really tightly, and it's as if now you're realizing that you need to ease up just a little bit. With work, it could have been something around work that you were holding on tightly to. You could be focused on saving in the recent past, and you need to refocus your energy on that to create more stability in the way that is best for you. So they could be talking about investing, focusing on where you need to put your money next. Things like that keep popping up. And then there's also the idea that you may have been holding on a little bit too tightly to the idea of something. Whatever that may be for each of you, it's going to be a little bit different. All right, so the Nine of Swords in reverse with the Hermit. And then we have the Page of Cups coming up again. So I still feel with the Page of Cups showing up in the recent past and in the near future, somebody wants to offer you love. Now, this could be separate from the person you have on your mind. Could be somebody new. Somebody's coming in trying to say, hey, I'm interested. I think with the Hermit being below that, you may not be so open to the idea of that. That's going to be for those of you that are single, especially if you've had something from your past that you've been releasing or that you've walked away from. You need some time maybe to, reinvest in your own emotions. Ask yourself what's really going to make you feel good. If this didn't work for you, there's some self-love I feel like they're bringing up that needs to still be focused on. So let's see, with the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So yes, there was a situation where two people clearly either were split up. It's an opportunity. Remember I said the Ace of Pentacles was a missed opportunity. The Two of Cups in reverse is just saying it's not meant to be, at least right now, especially if this person's lying to you or you found out something about them. Now, the King of Pentacles in the center is trying to stay focused on yourself and your well-being, having gone through this, and walking away is what's going to create that stability for you again, is to release those emotions and realize what hasn't worked for a reason. All right, the King of Pentacles with the Seven of Swords, and then the Lovers in reverse. So it was definitely a relationship that has not worked, is not together, and there could be some thought about the fact that this person was doing something wrong, or you could just be questioning a lot about them in general. Now, in the near future, could they come in and offer you some love? I do think so. But at the same time, it's like they're not fully telling you the truth. So we have the Page of Wands. Wow, that's a lot of page energy. So this is someone who engages, yes, they have the ability to be passionate, but I'm going to say be cautious if this is a new person, because they may not be telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yeah, that was tacky. Sorry. All right. So the Page of Swords with the Queen of Swords. I feel like you're just going to be straight up with whoever approaches you. This is be very cautious with my energy right now, because I have one sword in my hand and four in my arm. And if you come anywhere near me, I'm going to cut you. So you may be really guarded and protected right now and defensive, and not wanting to get into any kind of arguments or battles, or, battles of the wits, of the mind, whatever it is that this person may be bringing to the table. I think you're just going to be straight up and clear about how you feel. And then we have the Ace of Cups, because what you desire is someone who makes you feel like you're overflowing with love. That's what the whole point of a relationship is. Now, the Ace of Cups also says that you moving away from any kind of conflict or difficulty, or even a need to feel defensive, leads you in the direction of finding either a new beginning with someone, or finding something brand new for yourself, for those of you that are looking. This is also overflowing with your own love, being really honest with yourself and just saying, I'm going to give this back to myself. It is a one. It's a single cup. So it can be about focusing on loving you and putting that energy into you as you walk away from things that just aren't working for you at this time. All right. So I'm going to clear these and see what's going on with the person on your mind. It could be quite different from the main reading. So hang tight for 1 sec. Think about that person. And let's see what's going on with them. I see the Seven of Pentacles. So waiting to see how things go. This is for Capricorn. All right, these cards are a little floppy. All right, so your person's energy is the Strength in reverse with the Page of Swords, the Hermit, and the Four of Swords in reverse. Your energy is the Eight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Wands, and the Star card. So a lot of healing. See, here's that Seven of Swords energy again. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want your readings to feel bad. I want to give you guys the truth. I don't just want to say, hey, this is going to be all right if I'm not feeling it or sensing it in that moment. I hope you guys understand that about me. It's not that I don't love you and want you to have great, wonderful things, but I want you to know what I'm picking up on. So if this is resonating for you, I hope this helps. The Seven of Swords does tell me that somebody's not being fully honest. So could they be cheating? Maybe. I just feel like there's anonymity. That's a weird word to use. But it's almost as if this person just doesn't disclose things about themselves, and it may make you question whether they are a cheater, a liar, or any of the things that that card typically represents. Or it could be that they're just, cut and run and you feel kind of abandoned by them. I don't sense that completely. So your person's energy, it could be a Leo. Did I bring up the energies? What we saw in the main spread, there was a lot of air energy. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I also felt Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Definitely Virgo energy is very strong as well. All right, so your person's not feeling very strong right now. They could be struggling to get their strength back, working on themselves. The Page of Swords, I do feel like there's something that they have to say, but right now they may be holding back and just kind of paying attention to what's going on with you. They could be watching you. Yes, that's typically that card. It could be wanting to give you clarity, but not having the ability to yet because they're just not clear about where they are. And then we have the Four of Swords in reverse. So they're trying to get out of their head, but they're being pulled into this kind of do the work within. So they're working on themselves and finding a way to get their strength back so that possibly they could come forward and talk to you or be more clear with you about what's going on if you're in a relationship with them now. So the Eight of Wands with the Page of Pentacles for you and the Four of Wands with the Star. A lot of you are at a place in your lives, this isn't going to be for everybody, where you'd like things to pick up. It's like you're waiting. I want to snap my fingers and say, I just want things to move forward. The Page of Pentacles in reverse, being cautious and not wanting to offer too much up before you know if this is going to be long-term or not. There is still a lot of healing that's going on for you, and this is also about a wish fulfillment. So I feel like your energy is focused on what you want in the future, long-term, whether you want to settle down with this person and get married, whatever it is. I feel like your energy is like pumping up and you just want this to happen. Like you've been wishing for this to come to fruition. And like I said, there's a part of you that's kind of held back. So although this is the energy of what you want and desire, I don't know if right now you're willing to make that choice 100%. This could also just mean that you're focused on your money or something is a little shaky at work and you need to focus on that area of your life. So that's a little separate from the love message. All right, so let's look at the romance angels and see what we have here, and then we'll get some advice. So we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I always say that if you're not with this person, you could feel like that's the case. I don't sense it. I just feel like your person's primarily focused on themselves, and that's what it is. They're having some inner work. And trust me, guys, if you've only been watching tarot for a little while or you're just on your spiritual journey, you don't want somebody until they're whole. So if they need to do work on themselves, it is worth the wait if you're willing to. If you don't want to wait, then it's time to move on to somebody else. But you don't want someone who's in this mode. They aren't ready for a relationship. So you could feel like they don't have similar feelings. Getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves with each other, your bond deepens. And that could be what you find as you do so. If this is something that's new to you, then you could just be getting to know them and not understand where they are. All right, so then we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. If you have the ability to, it's time to really try to have this conversation with them so that you have a better understanding. And then calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So, and then you deserve love, of course. And at times we can question, is this ever going to happen for me? Especially if some of you are still single, if you're wondering and you just want to settle down into a true, deep, committed relationship, you're at that place. Calling in your soulmate, if you're apart from this person and still desiring them, not for everybody, then yes, at some point, if you can have this conversation with this person, it's time. For those of you in a new relationship and you're just getting to know each other, it's going to be important also to really bare your soul. And if you're at a place where you are healthy and healed and you're ready to open up that way, that's what I feel like. Even if they don't come out in that order, calling in your soulmate, you could be calling this person in and they may seem a little reserved at first, but as you get to know them, then you're going to realize that you have a lot in common and that this is somebody that is a soulmate connection and a deep one at that. All right, so let's look at what advice Spirit has for you. What's the advice? You know what? For some reason, I feel like I need to ask what their next moves are. Ooh, Well, that was a lot of cards. So, again, the Page of Swords with the Hermit card. It's not going to... Hold on one sec. Let me pick these up. Because it's a lot. It's not going to deter from the same things. It's walking away from any kind of emotions that you had been holding on to. The Page of Swords is coming back out saying that they're still watching you. The Ace of Wands, I flipped it, but it was still in the reverse. Hermit, a lot of your cards that were in your main because I put them down are falling out. So they just want to remind you of the same thing, that there may be opportunities for this person to come in. So I do think that is the next action. As you walk away from those other things that you needed to release, it's like the energy of this person seems to be coming towards you, but they want you to continue to focus on your stability and staying grounded. What other advice do you have for Capricorn? So we have Death in reverse, and that could mean you've already gone through a really big transformation, and that's when you're ready to be in, because now it's in the upright where it's in the reverse here. So you get things together. So there could have been something in your work realm that was slowing things down, the reason why, and they wanted you to focus on that first before this big change happens, and then getting back into your power, they're saying, to get beyond the emotions that there are. And then the Ace of Cups. They're saying it will come, but there is something that needs to be dealt with. In other words, seeing things from a brighter perspective, not focusing on the things that have gone wrong, but remembering that you still have 2 cups behind you. Bring back your power. Focus on the things that are happening around your work situation and keep your eye on that as well, and allow the transformation to happen naturally. Because the Ace of Cups is here, and then the 3 of Cups, which says there will be celebration. There will be a time of joy and happiness around either a rebirth or a new beginning in love for you. Okay, let's get the Lovers Oracle. This is for Capricorn. This feels very fitting. It says friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. That's always good. And then balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And then we have beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another or qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So I always use this caution after. It is not talking about people in abusive relationships. Sometimes people will mirror back to us qualities that we don't necessarily have. So you don't always possess all the same qualities. Just know that. We're not saying that you're as bad as some of the bad people you may have dated in the past. Okay. Last but not least, let's get a couple of cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle that did not want to shuffle. So we're going to shuffle like this. This is for Capricorn. Last messages, please. All right, now we're going to cut. So we have deep knowing. So you know deep inside of you that what is meant for you is coming, and then mending. For some of you, both of these are 7s. That means this is divinely protected as far as I'm concerned. Treasure Island, the end to difficult times and the good stuff on the other side of that. I love it. Chaos and conflict, it could feel that way all the time. And then Milk and Honey, this is about nurturing yourself, doing things for you. Co-create is all about co-creating either with your person or the universe. So this is telling you, if mending can be just mending yourself, it doesn't necessarily have to be about mending the relationship. And if you feel like there is some mending that needs to be done and it's worth doing, absolutely. You have a deep knowing. One way or the other, you know what's going to be best for you. So you choose that scenario. That's where free will comes in, right? And then we have the Treasure Island. Like I said, this is going to be what I keep wanting to say is fortune after difficulty. Not necessarily in your finances, but it could be there too. It's like there's an ending to difficult times and a start to something great. Now, chaos and conflict doesn't always have to be negative. It does feel like it would be, but sometimes that can be fun and exciting. So do I want to put a good spin on it? Sure, because it's not always going to be a negative card. Usually I read it as, yeah, you have some chaos and conflict. Don't we all? So I feel like you understand that and you know how to get through it. And I know you will, because you're strong, as strong can be. And then the last is this, look at how happy he is floating in that tub. It's really taking time for yourself and nurturing you while you're going through these shifts and changes and figuring out exactly what is going to work best for you. All right, my loves, I hope this helped. Thank you so much again for all of your support, your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. If you'd like a personal, like I said, that's in the description box. Hope you guys have a great first week of November, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.